Okay, so it seems like there's been a little bit of a situation going on at the moment over at TwitchCon. Now, this has been a pretty interesting one, as we've talked about a lot of the dangers and warnings people have been leaving about TwitchCon, including a lot of VTubers saying like, hey, I've got these rules in place, please don't go up to me or anything like that, which obviously would be pretty interesting. But it seems like some VTubers have actually come out and talked about some kind of things happening, which hasn't been the best. I mean, Twitch is not doing great at the moment, and well, let's get into it, because it's been some pretty big VTubers as well that have talked about it, with one of the most notable ones obviously being Ironmouse. Now, Ironmouse put out, I deeply apologize to all the VTubers and the fans who had to meet and greet VTuber booths this year. It breaks my heart to know that staff threw out all of the gifts. I should have known better than to trust them and have taken care of everything ahead of time. I'm so sorry, everyone. So again, she put out an apology essentially for something that Twitch had done wrong, and this has been something that a lot of people have kind of noticed, which is the kind of thing that people have been throwing out. Also, Twitch staff have been throwing out a lot of gifts and things for the VTubers and throwing it into the rubbish bin, right? And obviously that's terrible. That's obviously terrible because all of these people have either, handcrafted things or bought things, spent their own money on it to give to this kind of creator, and then they go, now we're going to throw it in the trash. Now, one of the big reasons that we saw for this was apparently due to like security and like safety, but why would they even be allowed in the thing in the first place if it's a security risk, right? Surely they should have checked them at the door of TwitchCon rather than checking them at the meet and greet and then chucking it in the bin. It's just crazy to me. Now, obviously, a lot of people have been replying to this, including like Aethel, saying the worst part is that most gifts from VTuber fans are them spending hours and hours and hand making custom pieces / art, and to see all of that thrown away is just heartbreaking. I'm so sorry, bro. So yeah, obviously there's been a lot of people that have been obviously hand making things and doing a lot of stuff themselves, all of it to be thrown in the bin by these Twitch staff. And there's been more people like that, which we will go into. Obviously, they said they didn't throw it away, they stole it. Anyone who has worked at a convention knows this, and obviously it's more sad for Ironmouse as well, considering obviously her condition. She can't really go out and accept these things like IRL by herself and just kind of like take them. It's one of these things where essentially it is one of her only ways to get gifts from fans, right? And she wasn't able to do that, which absolutely sucks upon all of the other stuff that we talked about over at Twitch. If you guys saw my previous video, we talked about the situation with Emiru as well, with her obviously being essayed at the event by some random guy. Security did not do a good enough job to stop them from getting even in there, which I thought was pretty insane. Now, obviously, we move on to some other people, including Chibi Doki, who also made a comment on this, saying, can anyone else from my meet and greet vouch for this? Nags and I were told to stop. I'm so incredibly sad if this was true. I was generally excited to meet everyone. They told us that we had to end for safety, and apparently they were lying to people about a lot of stuff that was going on, and essentially ending kind of meet and greets early and stuff for safety, and then pretending it was for a completely other reason. This person says the stuff that happened yesterday was horrible, but they specifically said that if a creator wanted to meet everyone in the line, then they'd have to move to a separate area. However, all of us were told because you weren't feeling well and couldn't meet with more people. So they were telling other people that Chibi wasn't feeling well, even though they said to them that they were ending for safety. So they lied to both of them, right? They said, I never even told any staff I was sick, so I'm so confused. I showed up and I asked if I could wait for Nags before going out. That's the only time staff asked me in the meet and greet area before telling us to cut the line short. I'm so sorry if this is true. So yeah, obviously more stuff, and Chibi was, I'm pretty sure she also mentioned the fact of stuff being thrown away as well, and there's many other people too also having their stuff thrown away, including many VTubers, which is obviously a really big deal. It's one of these problems where essentially Twitch staff have not been doing good enough. Obviously the security haven't been doing good enough, the people throwing stuff away haven't been doing good enough, and I think it is pretty ridiculous that it's gotten to this point. I think honestly at this point TwitchCon kind of needs to end. I think that a lot of the kind of mishaps that have gone on have gone a little bit too far, and it's affecting everybody. Now, there was some people as well who obviously had a better experience, including Vexoria, who obviously said that, big shout out to the Gamer Subs people for obviously taking care of everything. So it seems like with Gamer Subs, I saw a lot of other VTubers as well commenting on this. Essentially, Gamer Subs made sure that they had a pretty good time, and obviously, were taking care of gifts, personal belongings, and pretty much everything that Twitch weren't doing. But I think it's mostly a lot of the VTubers that were, doing it through Twitch, rather through Gamer Subs, that were obviously facing these issues, which is terrible, and just is a testament to how terrible this TwitchCon has been, and how terrible Twitch staff have been towards VTubers and also to many other creators on the platform and at the event. Obviously, Tectone as well also goes on to talk about multiple VTubers are starting to report that Twitch, in all of their incompetence, have lost all fan gifts to their favorite streamers. Is there anything this company cannot screw up? Yeah, obviously, this is Henya as well, saying, unfortunately, due to a miscommunication or misunderstanding, any gifts or presents given at my meet and greet were actually disposed of by the venue staff. I'm very sorry for anyone who gave me a gift, Dio. So, yeah. Pretty terrible. And also we got Kuro as well saying, unfortunately, if you gave me a gift at TwitchCon, the event lost them all. I still really appreciate the intended gifts though. So yeah, even more VTubers that have been having their stuff taken away from them, which is pretty wild. And obviously, yeah, people like Kyorsha and people like that in chat, in the comments, have been saying, this is actually wild. How did the staff at a StreamerCon do this with fan gifts? It's like they took people from TSA. They said, I just don't understand why creators even went to TwitchCon. I feel like this will only end whenever creators stop going, which is 100% true. TwitchCon runs on creators, right? If your favorite creator doesn't show up, if one of the top creators doesn't show up, then they're going to lose a lot of people that are going, because a lot of people go for these meet and greets and things. And if stuff is being thrown away, creators aren't attending, and obviously a lot more problems are going on, then people are going to attend less. And obviously, yeah, it seems like the end of TwitchCon might be actually sooner than we think it would be. Obviously, many people thought it was going to grow into some massive thing that was maybe going to continue on and on and on. But, obviously it seems like with all of the problems that they've been having, people are starting to get fed up of Twitch and how they're handling things, not just at TwitchCon, but on, their platform and just everything in general, which I think obviously is very valid. And, some people have had good experiences as they've been doing through, companies like GamerSups and people like that, which obviously is really great to see. But, for the most part, the most the most, I don't know how to describe it, like the kind of most amount of people have been having a pretty bad experience, with some obviously being even criminal things happening to them, including with the situation with Emiru. So again, it seems like this situation is getting even worse, and TwitchCon is getting called out more and more. There's been some stuff about Dan Clancy as well, which has come out, which obviously I won't really speak on too much, but again, people have been pretty outraged by that too. And it just seems like Twitch have been under fire quite a lot recently, especially from VTubers, considering this situation. And yeah, I'm very, very worried for what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep you guys up to date with this, because again, it is a pretty big situation. Obviously, you guys know, if you've seen on my community posts, I am away at the moment, if you can't tell by this kind of messed up kind of setup. But obviously, I am working to get some of this stuff to you, if it is like really big. And this is really big, because again, it is a really big issue with TwitchCon. So again, obviously, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I mean, Twitch just keeps on messing up, and I think it is getting pretty ridiculous to this point. And yeah, if you guys, as I said, did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.